Josh.
Brother Brunei.
We gonna get straight into camp. Well, first off, I just want to speak on what we were speaking before. This camp is gonna be named what it was, a 7-woman.
Yep.
A 7-woman versus 1 man. I got some more precepts to go with that too. We gonna break it down and make it clear because we still having this talk about if a man can have multiple wives or not, man.
They just don't want to accept.
With the whole IUIC thing, man, like, man, so we just gonna go in there and break it down and make it clear upon the table. But what we was talking about before camp was like, look, and this ain't about us. It ain't about the vessel. Your ministry and how hard you're going in the truth and whether you're lukewarm or on fire, it's not about you, how you're promoting yourself or how you're connecting or how you're networking. None of networking and connecting and promoting yourself don't mean shit when it comes to being elected to be the elect. You got brothers that never network or promoted anything that could be the elect. And you got brothers that was the biggest promoters out there and that can't be the elect. The elect is simply based on if the Lord chose. You got brothers that could put 20, 30 years on being on the highways and byways and not be the elect. You have brothers that went out on the highways and byways one time and be a part of the elect. It's simply based on that's what they don't understand. They think they're stuck that we can do the elect. No, we working on our own salvation to the best of our ability. And even with that, we still don't know. We praying and hoping.
Can I say something? Yeah, because if that was the case, then what's that scripture where it talks about you're gonna have some brothers pleading out to the Lord saying, haven't I preached in your name?
Oh, that's in the gospel.
Yeah. Right. You see what I'm saying? So what's that telling you? That's people that's been out there allegedly going hard, as they would say, right?
Yeah.
Doing the work probably for years on years on years, and then come back and still not be chosen.
That's a deep one, yeah, bro. Brother brought out a deep one. That's a deep one. So yeah, I mean, it's not about promoting. And I made a jacket, and I put Israelite covenant oil on the jacket. I put it on a hoodie. I put it on a hat, and then I sold it. I'm having motion. I'm selling kids books and all type of. I'm selling fringes, and everybody in the world like, man, that boy KD going hard, man. He got a ministry. He getting money. He's selling this. He's selling that. He got people coming to his channel, to his comment board, man. This shit ain't about that, man. Because this ain't about the vessel, man. This is about the Lord, man. This ain't about us. You take yourself out of this shit, man. You know, you take your personal stuff out of it. With your personal stuff, the only thing you do with your personal stuff is keep your faith and trying to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. This ain't about promoting me or promoting a group or Israelite covenant oil. This is about promoting the Lord, man. The Lord's will. That's what this is about. Not, oh, I gotta get Israelite covenant oil bigger and get people to know here.
This Matthew 7, I'm going to start at verse 21. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven.
So is this about Israelite covenant oil?
No.
Is this about Sakari? Is this about GMS? Is this about IUIC the group?
No.
Is this about the brand that you put on a hat and selling hats?
No.
No, he said everybody that say Lord, Lord, he said if you do my Father's will, which is what? Have faith and keep the commandments to the best of your ability.
How you doing,
That's
sister? Verse 22. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works.
Right there. So you're going to have brothers that's going to be doing wonderful works. Going to be casting out devils. Going to be prophesying. Going to be out on the highways and byways. But they still
Bringing
not
other brothers into the truth.
Bringing other brothers into the truth, but they not going to enter the kingdom, man. Because of the other shit they was doing, man. That was going off. You got to remember, Moses did all that work, and he did not enter into the promised land. Now, we know he's going to be in the kingdom when the kingdom comes. But during his time, Moses didn't make it to the promised land. Joshua had to make it, man. Go watch that movie on Netflix, that new show, Moses, like the Testament or something like that. Go watch that whole thing, man. And it shows you at the end, the very last couple episodes, Moses got super old, and he didn't make it, man. He did all that work, splitting the Red Sea, splitting the rock, in the wilderness, fighting against Pharaoh, going back and forth with Pharaoh, going back and forth with his people to believe, and he didn't make it, man. So that's an example, man. Who's greater than Moses? Who's closer to the Lord than Moses, man? Yeah.
Verse 23. And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity.
So you went and did all that work, and the Lord said He never knew you, man. See the thing with us is, man, like we want to be the elect, we pray to be the elect, but this ain't about us, man. This about the Lord and the Lord's will. Even if we not the elect, we still gonna be happy and satisfied when the Lord's will is completed. Even if we're not the elect, this ain't about, oh, I'm only following the Lord because I want to be the elect.
Right.
No, this I follow the Lord because I love the Lord. Many of great men had to die in battle. Go read the Wars of Maccabees. They were men of the Lord, and a lot of them died, man, and were killed in battle, man. You know, so this ain't about that. Like, you gotta really, a lot of y'all just in this because it's the same thing with the hell doctrine. You don't want to go to hell. You don't want to not be a part of the elect.
Yeah, it's like they not really sincere at heart. It's like doing it's like looking out for a brother because you know he gonna pay you back.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, like, that's really not sincere. Like, if you knew he wasn't gonna pay you back, you wouldn't help him.
Yeah, a lot of these guys, see, the mark of the beast gonna weed out a lot of these guys.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys wouldn't die for the Lord if it came down to it. They just talking like it is right now, ain't no pressure on it. A lot of them gonna take that mark of the beast when they come.
It's gonna be like you said, it's gonna be a lot of pressure because it's not gonna, like, cause people ain't gonna understand. Like, I feel like, right, just speaking off my opinion, people gonna, like, once shit hit the fan, like, people gonna realize how in the world they still is. You see what I'm saying? Like, people gonna realize, like, how much they really depend on society. And then that's gonna really show how much faith that you never had. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
You never really had that faith like you think that you got.
Yeah,
until
exactly. Everybody talking and think that they see me and we didn't live on the road in trucks. We drove trucks, so we know how it feels to be away from society.
Living like real pilgrims.
To be out there eating once a day a pack of noodles or a sandwich. Then they eat some snacks. You wake up, go to sleep, do the same thing for months. We done been out there away from society. A lot of you dudes want fucking lives, man. Y'all talking, y'all feel like that until y'all being tested. I'm lost, man. When 2020 happened, it was brothers that had to ask questions on if they should go and take the jump shot. It was brothers that was been in the truth for years. And then 2020 came, they got the economic confused and shit. They had to go to the elders and ask them, should I take the jump shot or not? My job wants me to take the shot, take it. You gotta ask that question. You've been in the truth for years.
You should have been prepared for this shit. You should have been kind of prepared for this shit. Like, you see what I'm saying? Waiting for some crazy shit like that.
I ain't have to ask nobody. It was already set and set. When that shit came, it was like, man, get the fuck out.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah,
I was like, man, I ain't have to ask nobody. I already knew. So that's the same thing when the MOTB come. Dudes gonna pop up. They gonna be teaching the MOTB, don't take it. And then when it come, they gonna be popping up asking for elder. Do I not take it because my job saying I gotta take it? Like, you don't know yet, nigga? Cause that let you know they finna go ahead and take it. They double thinking. Ain't no double thinking. We know that come, it's over with. But we gonna go ahead and get into, you know, we wanted to get. We be doing like part 2s and just be going with the spirit. You know what I mean? But the point of that verse, which is a very powerful verse that the brother pulled, is you gonna have brothers that's gonna be doing the work. You gonna have brothers that's networking, connecting, selling hats, selling t-shirts, selling hoodies, selling fridges. That's not gonna be a part of the elect. Yeah, you doing all that, selling all that shit to make a few dollars. It's still broke, and then you finna give up your seat to be the part of the elect that have forever riches and glory in the kingdom of paradise. Come on, man, it's not working.
Isaiah, this is Isaiah chapter.
And then was on a video. I'm sorry, because I'm just in spirit. Then was on a video talking about some. How much are you donating? How much are you giving to the ministry? Man, you sound like a fucking church, man.
You sound like a pimp.
You sound like a pimp.
Like yeah. What you mean? How much are you donating? You not even donating. All y'all doing is accepting. What are you donating? Y'all ain't donating nothing to what? Because if that's the case, if you look at it like that, then y'all should be donating to the ones under y'all.
Yeah, y'all shouldn't have nothing in y'all pocket. When it comes to y'all give it back out.
See what I'm saying? Exactly. Y'all should be donating to the ones under y'all. So you can't even use that as no, you know? Exactly. Because you got brothers on the come up right now.
Man, you got brothers get so much money, bro, putting that shit right in their pockets, bro.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, you got brothers that's on the come up. Like, they see the younger brothers that's out there on fire. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? All over the world. They ain't reaching out. You see what I'm saying?
Like with us, man, we just coming down here and teach the truth, man. This ain't never been about no money, man. We ain't even try to get no money from nobody. For what? If we got enough to do this, what do we need the money for? What do we need more money for? This all we gotta do. This is what they said that we had to do.
Yeah.
Get a 12 tribes chart, go on the highways and byways, bid them to the marriage. What do we
They
need more
asking
money
for it though. They asking for it. Now I can see if that shit was just coming. Sincerely, brother, just sending it. You know what I'm saying? They actually out there. They hustling.
It's like promoting it, telling people you gotta donate to the ministry. What are you doing? You're not making people. That's just like the Christian church. It ain't no different. It's sad to see, but that has to happen at the same time too. We're gonna go to seven women versus one man.
This Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach.
Right. So this ain't no. It ain't no. Well, this is wicked. This is a wicked thing that Isaiah 4:1 is talking about right now because we're in captivity. But then in the kingdom, it's going to be a righteous thing. No, it's either wicked or it's righteous. It's either or, man. This is a righteous thing, man. And we're going to prove to you how it's a righteous thing. That 7 women going to take hold of one man. You know, because even the Lord, even the Lord in Matthew 25, the parable about the 10 virgins, what is that? Who's the bridegroom? The Lord. And it's a parable about him having 10 virgins as wives. 5 was ready, 5 was not ready to go into the wedding. So he was marrying 5 at one time that was ready. That's the whole parable, even with the Lord, man. So that means that it's not wicked. You can't say, I'll respect you more if you was like Apostle Paul was like, this is not of the Lord, but I say these things. Don't try to make it seem like it's of the Lord. If you're going to preach that man shouldn't have multiple wives, just say, I think that you shouldn't right now. But this is not what the Bible says. It's not what the Lord is saying. It's not a sin. Just come out and say it that way. Stop trying to put yourself on the level of the Lord and then trying to make something be that it's not. You know, so can you run that back for me?
Yeah. Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own apparel and wear our own. We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach.
Right. So this is before the kingdom because they still have reproach. Reproach means disgrace. They're not going to have disgrace in the kingdom of heaven. So this is a period before the kingdom. This is when all hell breaks loose. This is when they're saying, hey, look, with 7 women is trying to survive, whether it be like a village that's made just to survive or like The Walking Dead, you in the middle of a prison trying to survive in there, and it's more woman than man. And the women say, hey, look, let us be your wives to take away our disgrace so we could survive based on this strong man, especially a man of the Lord, one of the elect, because he's going to have that shield of the Lord around him. He's going to have that protection that it says in Psalms 91 around him. So if these women are around him, they going to have that protection too. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it's talking about. It says so we can take away our disgrace, our reproach. That's not in the kingdom of heaven yet. Because ain't no Israelite going to have disgrace in the kingdom of heaven. So when is that? That's before the kingdom. That's when all hell break loose. Now let's break it down. Like you said, it says, let us be with you, right? We would get our own bread and our own woo out the bed. They not gonna be able to have to get their own bread and everything in the kingdom. We gonna have slaves and servants to do that for us. So when is this? This when all hell break loose. Now let's break it down. 2nd Esdras 15, right? See, people, they just don't read it. Just gotta read what's going on and look into it, man. But it take time, you know. And the Lord gotta open your eyes to be able to see it. Now watch this. 2nd Esdras 15. 2nd Esdras 15, verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draw nigh, and one people should stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. I got 2nd Esdras 16. I don't know if I have that. For their sedition. No, go to Isaiah 3.
Oh, what verse? Okay.
It says, for there shall be sedition among men and evading one another. They should not regard their kings nor their princes, and the councils of their actions should stand in their power. A man should desire to go in the city and should not be able. Right? So what's going to happen is, it's like, matter of fact, I want to go, So what's going to happen when all hell break loose, when the grid finally comes down and you have when they said shit hits the fan. When shit hits the fan, you're gonna have less men. How you doing? You're gonna have less men because the men are gonna be killed through war. So what is that gonna lead? That's gonna lead a lot more women than men. You're gonna have women getting ravaged, man. So women are gonna be looking for men for protection. Have you not seen like these end of the world type movies where the women are looking to be protected by men from other men? Because if you're a woman out there and you just by yourself and you are an attractive woman, if a man sees you and he desires you, he's not going to ask you to go out on a date. He's not going to ask you what's your Facebook, what's your Instagram, because the grid's going to be down.
Right.
He's going to go take what he wants, man. That bestiality nature of humans, of man, is going to come back out, man. Where it's like a lion, well, a lioness. The lion goes and take what he wants from the lioness.
I want to say something too. I was on my way home like a couple days ago, and I was driving through this inner city. I think I was in like Oklahoma, right? And I seen this woman. She looked it good, like she was looking good. She had on like red and black, and like she had a nice figure. And like she came out of this building, like out of a store or something. And a man came out right behind her. Now it was like she was walking to her car, but it was kind of like in an alley. But the man watched her the whole time, and that's literally what I thought about. I was like, see, now when all hell break loose, he would have attacked her.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? He
would have went after what he got. And very minimal people was around, he would have took her.
Man, he was watching her so bad, you know he wanted her.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But living in today's time, like right now, he know he can't just go. You see what I'm saying? And he probably felt like he didn't even have a chance. So he probably like, but if all hell would have broke loose, when I was watching, I'm like, yeah, he would have went and got what he wanted.
It's just like peas on the street.
Yeah.
You know, they got a pimp, and it might be one pimp, but it might be 10 of them.
Right.
But why do they have, what's that pimp position? To protect them. You know what I mean? But you're not supposed to do that. We're not saying to do that. We just give you an example of why they have this one guy. When you can say, well, they could just go out and do their own thing, and they get their own money. No, they need this protection. So that's why 7 women gonna take hold of one man when all hell break loose is for the protection, man. We gonna keep going in it. Now it says, for because of their pride, their cities shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. So if men are going to be afraid, what do you think the women and children are going to be? They're going to be terrified, man. So women ain't going to have no problem when I got a wife, and then I see another woman I desire, and she wants me too for protection. I'll take her in. You think my wife going to buck up when she's just trying to survive? You think she want to get left? Or she wants to leave? See, now the pride of the woman today is she could just leave and get on Facebook and have you replaced.
Yeah.
She could just live, well, I could just leave, and the government's gonna give her all type of benefits. Link, the government's gonna feed her. She gonna put you on child support, now you feeding her. Now you giving her money to do her shopping. You see what I'm saying? But when you ain't got these government benefits no more, she can't just be prideful and be like, oh, he dealing with another woman, I'm leaving. She gonna have to sit there and deal with it, man, if she wanna survive. You get your ass left, you might get ravished. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's just gonna be like, hey, look, man, it is what it is, man. You might catch yourself in a house with 3 of them. You know, they all got tendencies. They all, you know, it's all hell break loose. You know what I mean? You the only man in there. You just gonna have this one girl that you doing in there, and then the other 2 just soap draws and looking at you like a piece of meat. You see what I'm saying? But no, I can't deal with y'all because I only can have one. No, man, you're going to do all of them, man. You're going to share around.
Man.
Come on, man, with the bullshit, man. That's not a sin. Because the Lord never said that this was a sin. Thou shalt not have multiple wives. The Bible does not say that. Right, so let's keep going. So the man should be afraid. Now watch this. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, with the weapon, with the gun, with the AK, with the AR. They're going to be kicking down doors, looking for food, bread. It says, and spoil their goods. Your canned goods, they going to get them, man. Because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. So you think if they run around house to house risking their life and killing people for canned goods and food and water, you think if they see a beautiful woman, you think if they see a Kardashian, they not gonna take her? Hell yeah, they gonna take her, man. Come here, you coming with me? They showed that in this show on Netflix. I think it's called like Black Summer or something like that. And this group, they literally had a girl that they had pretty much put in bondage, and they was just everywhere they went, they was just dragging her around wherever they went. They was just popping her. She was just a bond servant, I guess. And they was just going.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, you see it on like a much smaller scale, but you still see it today. It's happening today. You know what I'm saying? So when shit get way worse, so you know that shit gonna intensify times 100.
I was watching this little documentary about prison guards, but that prison guards that do women prisons.
Yeah.
And he was saying like how he was pretty much saying like when you walked into the prison, it smelled like feet. And he was like the woman was like he was a male prison guard, he was in shape and shit. And he was like the woman was literally looking at him like they was starving, and he was like a piece of steak. And he was, and that's the reality of things. And that's what we trying to explain to you guys. When all hell break loose, the men are going to be the ones that's going to be out trying to get the food. That's going to be out fighting. That's going to be out trying to survive. So what's going to happen is that's going to cause a lot of men to be killed. Because the women and children staying at home and safe. The man going to be the one that's going to go out there. Now you may go out there 2-3 nights in a row and make it back home, and then your 4th night you may never make it back. Your family at home waiting for you to come home, and you never made it back ever again. Because you never know what's going to happen while you out there. You might be in a convenience store looking for some medicine, looking for some food. Somebody might come in there and shoot that bitch up. Now you dead. It's going to be like that.
Or it might be somebody that's in there that you didn't see.
Yeah.
Waiting.
They catch you.
And that think you a threat and just take you out.
Yep. They may not, they may just graze you. But you gotta remember, you can't run to the doctors. That graze wound might get affected and your whole leg might have to be cut off. You gotta make a decision if you're gonna cut your leg off or if you're gonna keep, or are you just gonna let it keep getting affected until you die. You gotta make that decision. They don't know what's going on, man. Esau might catch you and take you to a prison or a FEMA camp. You ain't never able to make it home, so what's going to happen is you're going to have a lot of women that's just stranded by themselves. They going to have to come together, man. And then if they do see a man, which you see this in the movies all the time, it's basically like, it's just you and this man. And what always happen on the movies when the man end up popping? Always. You already know he finna pop. It's just me and you, sweetie. It's 10 people left in this city and we met each other. Like on I Am Legend, just me and you. You watching me, I'm watching you. You my company, I'm your company. Next thing you know, they popping.
Real though. And it usually don't take too long.
Second address 16. Now watch this. This is deep right here. I don't even know where to start right here. This is deep. Okay, let me start right here. Second address 16, verse 24. It says, there should be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. Not literally, but it's just saying it's going to be so few men, bro. Now watch this. And the trees should give fruit, and who should gather them? And grapes should ripen, and who should tread them? For all the places should be desolate of man. For that one man should desire to see another and hear his voice. So if a man desiring to see another man, just like the movie I Am Legend, how much more is a man desiring to see a woman? How much more is a woman desiring to see a man? You think monogamy is gonna play a part in that? You think all hell gonna break loose and a girl gonna be like, you can't deal with no more other women, it's just me and you? Come on, man. Things are gonna revert back to the ancient ways. Now watch this. Verse 27. Verse 28. For a city there should be 10 left. So in the whole city there should be 10 left. And that's in the big city. So imagine a city like this, ain't nobody gonna be left. So everybody gonna have to run to different places. So in a city like New York, it may only be 10 left. Y'all seen I Am Legend, man? It might be, y'all seen the Book of Eli, it may be 10 left. Y'all seen Mad Max? Motherfuckers gonna be living in the deserts and shit like that. It might be 10 left in the city, man. It says, and 2 of the field which shall hide themselves in thick grooves and in the cleft of the rocks. Now I'm gonna jump down just to go straight to the point. Now watch this. I mean, they hide themselves. Verse 33, because we're getting back on why 7 women are going to take hold of one man and why it's going to happen when all hell breaks loose, which is still on this side, and why it's not wicked for one man to have 7 women. And watch this. Verse 33, the virgin shall mourn having no bridegroom. Why is the virgins? It says the virgins with an S at the end.
Plural.
Shall mourn having no bridegrooms. Why? Watch this. The woman shall mourn having no husbands. So they ain't gonna be enough men around. Now, why? It ain't enough men for every woman right now. So how much more will all hell break loose? And men are being shipped to the Middle East. When men are being shipped off and drafted to war. It's gonna be vacant of men. Go to Atlanta and look how and watch how the women look at you like a piece of steak. Because there's so many women down there. Watch this. Their daughters shall mourn having no helpers. See, that's why they gonna be man, because you need somebody to help you, to protect you, what's the man's job? To provide. That's helping. Right? It says in the war there shall their bridegroom be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. That's because the men are gonna die in the wars. In a famine, because you know the man got to go out there and get the food for the family. He may eat minimum just so the family can eat, just so his family can survive. It might be days he go like, I'm not gonna eat. This is all we got. I'm just gonna let y'all eat so y'all can survive. Because the man has to be the protector and the provider. Right now, get that.
This Isaiah chapter 3. Starting at verse 12, it say, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy path.
The way of our path. Y'all are causing us to err and destroy the way of our path because y'all letting women rule us. Man want multiple wives, man. I got so many cousins. I got so many uncles. I know I got cousins, uncles that been in marriages for 20 years. But I also know what they do behind the scenes. And I have never seen, to this day, I have never seen one of them that's been 100% monogamous and never dealt with another woman while they were with their wife. I can't name one person ever.
Just don't happen.
Men want to have multiple wives. Y'all just catering to the woman because the woman is who pay y'all. And that's who y'all making y'all money y'all. So y'all letting the woman rule over us still by saying, no, I gotta be your only one. And what did it say at the end? Calls us to error and destroy our path.
Yeah, because it's weakening the like cause that's how you get your strength in numbers, right? You see what I'm saying? So the more people, or like, let's say like the more women you have in your relationship, right, or in your life, you see what I'm saying, then the more kids you have, and the more women you have, the more, let's just say, like income, you see what I'm saying, let's just say, for instance, government funding, even, you see what I'm saying, just imagine having 5 women and all of them getting 600 in length. You see what I'm saying? It's beneficial. It's beneficial in so many different ways. On top of that, you got 7 minds working to make everybody's life better. You see
imagine having a business and you got 7 hands. Yeah. You can send out, do this,
exactly.
Tied up, do this, do that. You locked in though, because he make a great point. And then even bigger than that, you got 7 families connected.
Yeah.
So it's not just like, you know how the connection between a man when he marries a woman and you bring those 2 families together. Yeah, you got 7 families together. How power and how connected is that?
And then what that does, just look at like a lion, so to speak, right?
Yeah, facts.
And and if they conquer the territory, it's so many women to choose from. That lion might pop 3, 4 different of those lionesses.
Facts.
And you might have a fucking collage of little baby cubs, and they all be little men.
Yeah.
So you might have a couple lionesses, right? A couple little girls in there too, but the strength is in the little boys. Yeah. Because that's what's gonna carry on your legacy.
And then they got a lion pride, and then that's when they take over. Can't nothing fuck with them. That's how it works.
You got 7 wives, and you done had, let's just say, like, you done had a lot of kids. You see what I'm saying? Let's just say you got 10 little boys. You see what I'm saying? And then these little boys, you're gonna grow up to be young men. And then what that's gonna do? It's gonna keep you strong. It's gonna keep the family strong, because you're gonna start to decay a little bit, or like go off. I mean, not go off, but you're gonna start to disintegrate a little bit, so to speak, for lack of better word. But your strength still gonna remain into your son, into your family.
So imagine how much power that gives the black man. See, that's why they took that away from us. And what is Israel about? Israel's about family. What is a tribe? A tribe is just a family. So the tribe of Judah was built off a man having multiple wives. It built off many men and having multiple wives. Even with the northern kingdom, man. It was built off men having multiple wives, man. These families being connected and being knit tight like that. Because we all family. You got to think about it. A man with 7 wives, that's 7 different families. Imagine how many people that is now that's connected, that's related. Like, are we related through this, right? We related through this marriage right here. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's how you make the family strong, man. But they don't understand that power, man. Yeah. So they still want to go and follow the white man. That causes the error.
Straight away of our path.
The white man came up with that whole monogamy thing. You can't marry multiple women and take away the black man's power to keep us oppressed. Because that was our ways.
Yeah, they put it on paper and say we can't do it, but behind the scenes, that's what they do.
Exactly.
See what I'm saying?
You seen Sex in the City? They just all fucking each other. But they just don't want us to do it because they don't want us to get that power anymore. You know, so it might be. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that was it on that.
Yes. So really, we just showing like we just building a case to show you why it's okay for 7 women and why it makes sense for 7 women to be women and why we should be doing it and why it's on this side and not just in the kingdom and how it's going to break down and happen. So this should be playing upon the table, man. When you watch this video, you should walk away saying, yeah, it's going to happen on this side because when all hell break loose, it's going to cause these things to happen and go back to the ancient ways. And then you should be saying, okay, well then, is it a sin to do it or is not? And that answer should be, well, that question should be answered by just this video. We still got more on it if you're still not convinced yet. You got that next one? Yeah, what verse in that? That's Isaiah 13, like around verse 8 or something like that.
Verse 8. Okay. Isaiah 13, verse 8. And they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them.
What is that talking about? Is that talking about in the kingdom?
No.
No, that's talking about when all hell break loose. See, this is all talking about when all hell break loose. Keep going.
They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames.
Cause when you hit that corner in that hallway and you just got some canned goods and you was starving, you finna bring it back to your family, and you hit the corner and you see that Edomite running down the corner with an AR-15, his fucking face gonna look like a flame. Your face gonna look like a flame, cause y'all don't know what's finna happen. Either y'all gonna look at each other and just keep going, or it's gonna be a shootout.
It's gonna be war. See what I'm saying? Verse 9. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel both in wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it.
When that motherfucking nuclear missile is up in the sky and it's looking like a star sprinkling, and they got a countdown going on for it, and they saying it's finna hit downtown Springfield, Illinois, everybody's face gonna be looking up like flames of fire. Shit.
Right.
You gonna have some people running. Some people you gonna have some people that just accept the fact. They're just gonna sit there and just watch it. And say, I'm done, I'm gone. I'm just breaking it down so y'all can see it. I'm trying to get y'all to see it, man. See the light, you know. On that what's that movie where they couldn't open their eyes when they died?
Don't Blink? Or no? I don't know.
Nah,
I don't think I've seen that.
No, you seen it. And then they was trying to force them to open their eyes. You seen it. I forgot what it's called, but just like that little meme they got, like niggas trying to open your prior eyes. You don't want to open. I'm trying to open your eyes so you can see the truth, so you can see the light. Right. I gotta pry your eyes open. Like, look, multiple wives is a good thing. Stop being scared of it.
It's the way it looks. There's so many examples of it going on right now today. You see it all over the internet from time to time. You see what I'm saying? And then, like, cause the only reason why women not happy about it is because they always trying to challenge. They always trying to like challenge you on that. They always trying to be the one wearing the pants, making the rules up.
Then they say women should rule over them. Y'all still giving, didn't the Bible say, give not thy strength to a woman? Y'all still want us to give our strength to a woman, man.
And then, but the sooner they accept it, then the sooner they're going to realize that, man, we should have been doing this.
Yeah, when they see that power that comes from it, that community that comes from it.
Like we just brought out just a few minutes ago. You got, even if you had 2 wives, right? It's 3, that means it's 3 of y'all in the house. You see what I'm saying? That's 3 incomes potentially.
Yeah, break it down even from just a number standpoint.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? I mean, one person might be making 40 something a year, just so to speak. One person might be making 60 something a year. One person might be making 100 plus a year. You see what I'm saying? But that's constant income. Every time you turn around, you got income coming in, and then you're using other resources and stuff that the government provides. Because why not? Fuck it, they give that shit away for free. Let's use it to our advantage. It's gonna help us. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. Keep reading. Verse 10. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. And you can use that, like, we can use that and break it down as what the brother, as the whole purpose of this video, right? Because they're trying to make it seem like having multiple wives is a wicked thing. You see what I'm saying? Which is actually going against the ways of the Lord, so to speak. You see what I'm saying? So, just like it said, he said, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy, because that's arrogant for somebody to try to make you look like the bad guy for trying to follow the way of having multiple wives, and then trying to use ways to break it down and try to make it seem like why it's so wrong. You see what I'm saying? That's not right.
That's not right, because the Lord referred to us even as lions. And lions have multiple wives. Even the Lord has multiple wives. With the whole southern kingdom, northern kingdom thing. With the 12 tribes of Israel being his wives. Which we're going to get into that breakdown next, but I want to put this in, right? Abraham had 2 wives. Jacob had 4 wives. David had many wives, but they say 4, but he had concubines too. Solomon had 700 wives, 300 concubines. Rehoboam had 18 wives. It's not just, oh well, just King David. King David was the king. Right. Rehoboam was a king too, but he had 18 wives. Abijah had 14 wives. Elkanah had 2 wives. Lemah had 2 wives, and they all found favor in the Lord's eyes. Yeah. It was just men in the Bible.
And then, because what? How did they attain all of those wives? Those were gifts from the Lord. They like your wife is your possession. You see what I'm saying? So when he just read off all of those men having those multiple wives, on top of them having riches, you know what I'm saying, having being kings, they also had multiple wives to add on to everything else, because your wife is your possession too. So it's a good thing. Just like the scriptures say, those who have wives find favor in the Lord.
Yep, and we got a fundamental problem there if you say it's wicked, because you can't say that these men having multiple wives, it was okay for them and it was righteous for them because they weren't in captivity.
Right.
But if we do, and we Israelites just like they Israelites, now it's wicked for us. One thing ain't gonna be righteous at one point in time, and then it's wicked it's not gonna be. It was righteous for Zedekiah to have multiple wives, and then a little bit later on, when Israel got invaded by the Babylonians, and then the Babylonian captivity came in, now it was wicked because they was under captivity. That don't make no sense, bro. Like, which one is it? Is it righteous or is it wicked? If it's righteous, then you can't say nothing against it, man. You can just say, I don't want to do it, and these are my reasons why I don't want to do it. But you can't say that it's wicked, though. See what I'm saying? It's just crazy, you know what I mean? Because, like, if you really look at the story, you had the kings of Israel, you had the split, then you had king after king, and then during the time of Isaiah, then the Babylonian captivity came on. So when did it become, okay, it was righteous when the king, the very last king, it was righteous, and then when did it transform and then it was wicked because the Babylonian captivity? Because that's your argument, is that we can't do it because we're in captivity, right? So it was wicked to have multiple wives when the Persian and Medes was around. Then it was wicked to have multiple wives in the Greek captivity. During the time of Rome, it was wicked to have multiple wives. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, because that's just like saying that the Lord changes up. You see what I'm saying? But he don't. Like, he don't change up. Like, he's not gonna say, that adultery is wicked, one generation or one time period, and then the next generation or next time period, he accepting adultery. You see what I'm saying?
Bringing up good points, you locked in.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna land back on that, and that's perfect because if you say he changed that law, now you open up the floodgates and say all of them changed. Then we might as well be Christians. Because then the Christians could say, yeah, look, just like you said it was okay to have multiple wives when we wasn't in captivity. Now that we in captivity, it's not okay to say have multiple wives anymore. We saying the same thing, that it wasn't okay to commit adultery when we weren't in captivity because we had control over it. But now it's okay to commit adultery because we in captivity. You can say that about all the laws.
But then, yeah, because then you would have people that'll try to bring when the Most High commanded, I want to say it was Noah. Or no, it might not have been. No, it might have been after. Like he had gave him. If I'm not mistaken, it's part of the Noahic law where he had commanded them to eat all of the eat everything. Right? He had commanded them to eat whatever. You see what I'm saying? So then people try to use that, and then they'll try to ask you like, well, so the Lord never changed. Well, why did He command Noah to eat everything? But then, which includes pork, right? And then they'll say now it's not okay. Because it was two different, I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to say. It was, that was before the covenant. You see what I'm saying? What I'm trying to, yeah, that was before the covenant though. You see what I'm saying? Once he made this covenant, then that's where, so they'll just try to use, I just wanted to bring that out because people are trying to use that. You see what I'm saying? But that's probably like one of the only instances you will find in the Bible of the Lord deeming something okay and then not. You see what I'm saying?
But Noah was a just man, so Noah kept the commandment. Like, so the commandments of the Lord always been around.
Right.
It's always been around. So even the covenant was given to Moses. Even before that, the Lord's ways was the Lord's ways.
Right.
And it's the same ways because the Lord. It says the Lord doesn't change regardless.
Mm-hmm.
So even if like just let's go in on the food thing, right? Because you could say that then. You could say, okay, when we were in captivity, we had more power over our food and everything. We had more money to get the foods and eat what we want to eat. Right. So then it was against the law to eat pork. But then a Christian could say, well, now that we're in captivity, it's okay for us to eat pork because we're in captivity right now. So you can't say that, man. The law is the law and it don't change, man. You gotta keep the same energy regardless. So to me, that just don't make no sense to say that. Well,
you should
we
use
weren't
it in
in
that
captivity.
Concept.
Yeah.
But people would try to use that to try to catch you up in some shit. You see what I'm saying? So, but you just gotta be knowledgeable about it to be able to shut that shit down because, like you said, the Lord's ways always been His ways, and the reason of Him doing things, we'll never know. You see what I'm saying? So we just gotta accept it for how it comes. We know now today that it's okay to have multiple wives, and it's said in the Bible, and that's what we sticking with.
Exactly.
Simple. We ain't even gotta go. You see what I'm saying?
It's that simple. Because Paul was talking about eating food sacrificed to idols. So was it okay now that we no, it wasn't okay at first because even in the first 10 laws, right? But now it's okay now to do it because we're in captivity and we don't really have power, so we can just go around eating food sacrifice. You see what I'm saying? So that's a slippery slope. You can't open that up or you're gonna sound like a hypocrite. Then the whole ministry go out the window if you say that. You know what I mean? Right. But men are doing that. Why? Because they want to let women rule over us still, and they want to cater to the woman because that's one of the biggest things for the woman. But I look at it like that's the biggest test for the woman. Let them go through their test, man. Don't try to hinder them from their test, and then now you want to cater to them because that's where you get majority of your money because the women are the biggest consumers. Stop the bullshit, man. See, that money get involved, it fucks up a lot of things, man. A lot of men not gonna make it just because they let that money get involved, man. You don't get no fuck about no money, man. We finna have the kingdom of paradise. You see what I'm saying? But when you start getting that money, it starts to get addictive. You start needing, start liking it, you start wanting it. You know, and that's what makes it tough, man. That's a stumbling block. And that's a test for you. You know what I mean? What's that, the last one?
Yeah.
You get Matthew 25 at the top. Now this gonna seal the deal right here, Matthew 25.
Matthew chapter 25, verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins.
I'm gonna slow it down because it said the kingdom of heaven be likened to 10. Why is it not just the kingdom of heaven should be likened to one virgin? Why did it just say one virgin? Why is it saying the kingdom of heaven should be likened to 10 virgins? Let's keep going.
which took their lamps and went forth to meet their bridegroom.
Right? So it's literally talking about 10 virgins going to go meet a bridegroom. It's saying one man finna get married to 10 women. And that one man we know is representing the Lord. So it's saying the Lord Yahweh Shai finna get married to 10 women. So it's like, come on, man. Like, that just seals the deal right there. That goes over that whole little 10 virgins thing go over a lot of people's head though.
Yeah, it do.
But that's a cut on the whole multiple wives thing. A woman arguing with you about when it's okay to have multiple wives. Pull up Matthew 25, 10 virgins, and it's talking about the kingdom of heaven in there. Ain't nothing else to talk about, man. That means it's okay to have multiple wives. We talking about the kingdom of heaven. It's mentioned in the words kingdom of heaven, and it said the kingdom of heaven is like 10 virgins going to go marry one man.
Yeah, that's deep right there though. Just how you just broke that down like that. It's like the kingdom of heaven is like 10 women going to marry one man. Because you know how beautiful that is for the man to have 10 women just to choose from on a day-to-day basis.
You choosing all of them.
Right, but I'm saying, but after I mean, like once they're yours, you can choose.
Oh yeah.
Like, so yeah, that's cold.
Keep going on it though. It gets deeper.
Verse 2. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps.
Now we know this is like a parable even for us though. It's a parable, like, so it's a metaphor. It's saying, literally it's saying, okay, 10 women having one man. But then it's saying, it's a parable for us. It's saying the elect. You got some of us that came out here, we had oil, and then they burnt out. And then they didn't make it. When the Lord came back, they wasn't ready. They fell out of the truth. They turned their back on the plow. You know what I mean? You know. And then you have
so many different ways you could use it.
Right. Then you had 5 that was ready. They had enough oil to keep burning all the way till the Lord came back. Right? But that doesn't make the parable not true on the other end. What it's likening it to? It's likening it to 10 virgins marrying one man, which is our Lord. And it's saying the kingdom of heaven is like that. So both things are true at the same time. That's what makes it a parable.
Yes, sir. Keep going. And at verse 5, while the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us your oil, for our lamps are going out. But the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves.
So the five wise wives, like, man, nah, hell no, we getting ready to go marry our husband. Y'all gotta go get y'all on. We going in. So it's just showing, you know what I mean? But keep going because I want to get that in.
Verse 10.
And the Lord come back.
And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they were ready with.
Did it say the bridegrooms? It said the bride. Oh, one.
The bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut.
The door was and they did it say and she that was ready went into the marriage and the door was shut? It said they that was married went into the marriage and the door was shut. Man, we got to slow it down for the slow motherfuckers, man.
Slow it down.
We got to slow it down and we got to spin it back, reverse it back, man. Like what Hitman used to say, run it back or whatever, some shit like that. Yeah, to reverse it, run that back, man. Cause y'all act like y'all not getting it. We reading it clearly, man. We reading it clearly. Now you say, well, that's talking about the kingdom of heaven. But that was written way before the kingdom of heaven. You see what I'm saying? For us to have it here. You know what I mean? So why wasn't it just revealed in the kingdom of heaven then? It's written way before, 2,000, 3,000 years ago. You know what I mean? For us to have it today to understand. You know what I mean? Like, this is what it is. So you can't say this is wicked, man. All you can say is this is righteous.
These are examples left for us to follow after.
Aren't we supposed to be rehearsing the righteous acts right now to the best of our ability? See, that's why Bishop Nate at IUIC, he had to put a spin to it. He couldn't just say it was wicked. He had to say, it's wicked right now, but in the kingdom of heaven, because he knows there's plenty of examples of the kingdom of heaven of us having multiple wives. It's going to be righteous. So what that do is that keep your male fellowship that keeps them happy because they looking at, okay, towards the kingdom of heaven we gonna have.
Right.
We know all the men want to have multiple wives. Let's call a spade, right?
Huh.
But then it keeps the woman happy too, because it's like, well, they can't do it right now. And the woman, you know how the woman think, well, in the kingdom you could do it, but not right now.
Right.
Not right. So if she got a problem with it right now, her spirit off. If this is something that's gonna be righteous in the kingdom, don't allow her to have her spirit off and be like, well, you can't do it right now. A woman, when you break down the multiple wives thing, what's the first thing she say? Well, in the kingdom of heaven, then you can have multiple wives. That's because she don't really believe. Because if she really believes, she'll be with it right now. Then, oh, you're able to have multiple wives?
Yeah, you can't be half hood, half holy. Hey, I'm gonna use that a lot now. I seen that shirt, man, they snap with that one. Hey, that man shirt said half hood, half holy.
Right, because I mean, if that's the case, I could say anything. Then I could say, well, then in the kingdom we gonna only eat. We not gonna eat pork. But right now I can just eat it. You know what I mean? Or like right now I don't want to teach the truth right now. I don't want to follow the truth. But in the kingdom I'm gonna follow the truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's going off
like,
like that.
Come on, man. That shit don't make no sense, man.
And you can't allow that shit, man. You know?
But it's for that money though. You don't want the woman, because why does that group have the biggest congregation or following? Because they have the women there. And why are the women going there? Because I didn't talk to women personally, man, that's waking up to the truth. And you wanna know what they all say? IUIC don't allow multiple wives. IUIC teaches around multiple wives. So what camp are they wanting to follow? They want to go to IUIC. They don't want to go to Trinidad. They don't want to go to Sakari. They want to go straight to IUIC. Because that's what the catering to they.
Yeah, because there's still a way for them to be rebellious. Because the woman got the woman today, the woman in this world got a very rebellious spirit, and in that way, that's a way that they can keep their rebellion, kind of, so to speak. Like, but they try to.
Oh yeah, we finna end it right here. Anyway. That's it right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, our stuff in the dot, so we gonna end it here. We gonna give our praise.
Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai.